Morning guys, welcome back to the channel. So we're cracking on part 2 of the K20 swap in the EJ Coupe Ant Civic, my old black Civic. If you haven't seen the first video, go check it out because we pulled the engine out of the FN2, sorted out this subframe, which I'll show you now. We just quickly assembled it then. Obviously anti-roll bar, and what we did is basically clean it. This is a right mess. I'll ping a picture up now of what it looked like before if you didn't see the first video. And yeah, it's all crusty. Sanded it all down, stuck some paint on it, makes it look mint. So yeah, we're going to pull out the engine of the black one. Ant's just bringing it up now, and let's get K-swapping. Yeah, baby. Hey. Yeah, get that D16 out of it. Are you ready for K-swapping, Anthony? Hell yeah. Little beauty. Little D16, no VTEC. Not having any of that. Get that right out. It should be relatively simple because the engine's so small. We're literally going to empty it. We're going to take it all out first, and then we're going to paint the engine bay because it's all out, obviously. Give it a nice coat of gloss black or something out, or satin black I think you bought. And then put the new one in. K20 Z4 for Americans. With the Z4 from an FN2, it's a drive-by wire, not a drive-by cable. So we bought a Honda Jazz electronic throttle pedal, basically. So we got to put that in there, and everything else we should have for it, a conversion harness and whatnot. Let's get going. My old fruit's cracking on. Obviously, the whole of the engine's disconnected. We had to take the whole, basically, the hub, everything out, because Anthony, the animal, Animal Anthony, let's do it with that on. Let me show him. Sure, it's more important, Sam. He snapped a bloody bolt on the stud, half of it, so we couldn't get it off. So we couldn't get the wheel off to get the drive shafts out. So we're going to take it off that way. So now we need to try and get that out. We're going to keep that wheel and the hubs and stuff like that. But yeah, going well. Sam, get the linkages off. Stop messing around. Out. We honked it down, so we quickly whipped it out. Didn't record much because it was horrible raining. But yeah, we ended up having to chop. Where are they gone? The shifter cable, the shifter lines, are they on the back of there? Yeah, we chopped that because we couldn't get the pin out for it, but no one cares about that because we got shifter cables going in. Yeah, we're going to get subframe out, jet wash it all down, paint it, remove all the crap we don't want in there.
Delete that pea shooter.
Delete that pea shooter exhaust. Bomb. Next day, as you can see, we're cracking on. Anthony's making some noise. We have made some gazebo action. Hopefully it don't blow away. Paint the engine bay today. Let's get it done. Subframe. Depart. Get it out. Get it out.
Steering rack. Yeah, slide out.
Stuck on the steering rack, yo. As you can see, we've scuffed and primered a bit of all the where we've gone down the metal. So we're going to gloss black it now and remove that. Right, there you go, boys. All been painted. Gloss black. Not a showroom job, but 10 times better than it was. There's an ant powered Civic. Yeah. All the bits, engine mounts. That's for that side. We've got many bits. I've just shifted the skyline forward a bit so we can get enough room to get the engine out. Obviously the engine bay's all ready to rock and roll now, all been painted. Obviously it's not showroom, like I said. Subframe's out, so we're going to put the new subframe in, put the mounts on, drop the engine in. Completed it. You can see we need a new harmonic balancer because that one's a bit kapooked. Oh, spectacular brand spanker. Aren't them just blowing around?
Yeah.
Wind. Chickens. Subframes in. Mounts are in. Looking handsome. What we did have to do was hammer the top of the the car, because this was basically touching, so we had to bang it with a sledgehammer to make a bit of clearance, which I didn't know we had to do, but hey, completed that. Gonna take this off the engine stand now and put the clutch and the gearbox on it. Yay, baby. We have new clutch accessory steady, whatever you call it. Let's put on the gearbox mount. Engine, clutch, gearbox, ready to rock and roll. We've had a go at trying to get this wheel stud out. It's a fail so far, drilling it, hitting it with a chisel. But yeah, let's put this thing in there. Yeah, we could do. Slammed it is, boyos! Wheelless. It's sort of in. It's very tight. We scratched our new paint job on the engine bay, but that is a K20 in there. Booty. Boring stuff now. Engine harness. We got a new engine harness, as you can see, all labelled, so it should be a bit tidier. Straight to the ECU. Right. We have put all the harness on. Obviously it's all just loose at the minute. The FN2 ECU's in there with the conversion harness, and everything's plugged in pretty much, apart from like an O2 sensor and a MAF sensor, which apparently you don't need that to start the car. We can crank it, the engine turns over, but we do not have fuel, and we don't know why. Some kind of a problem with the immobilizer on the ECU or something. I don't know. If anyone knows, let me know. But we're going to do some research and crack on with it once we got fuel. The engine now has getting fuel to it for some reason. We took the battery off, put it back on again, and then we turned the ignition on, and loads of fuel started squirting out. We've just cut the feed line for the fuel. So we're going to put a line on it going to the rail. We've got a new rail and a fuel pressure regulator is getting mounted right there where Samwell's putting that. There's a bad boy with a little gauge on it. Decent. And then we should get fuel to the engine. It cranks over, put oil in it, and we should be able to start it technically. Obviously not for long because we've got no radiator. We'll deal with that after. But yeah, cracking on. Me and Samwell have finished the fuel system. All we need, obviously that's the return, going down to the tank. That's the feed going all the way along the back of there into the fuel rail, and then into the regulator, and then return. Yeah, like basically what I just said. Decent. All we need to do is put a fuel filter on the feed somewhere, probably over this side because it's going to be the exhaust manifold down there. But we've got a fuel filter on there, which is Ant's bringing up as soon as he gets here after work, and some oil, and we'll hang it in and we'll start it. We just put oil in it, and we're just waiting on the fuel filter, and then we'll be starting him. Let's do it. We're waiting on Sam to come with the fuel filter. We just chucked gearbox oil in the gearbox, and also just chucked the ends of the gearbox, the drive shafts in. We haven't got drive shafts yet. We have to either make them or order some. But we have got a bit of an issue is, look at this drive shaft. It's literally, it's like a little half shaft thing in it on here. You see it? Yeah, that. It literally rubs on the subframe. You can't really see anything at the minute because I've put a rubber glove over the end. But yeah, it's touching the subframe anyway. Obviously when that's spinning and the engine goes backwards and forwards, it might rub quite a bit. So we don't know what we're going to do about that. We'll have to do some Googling, buy some smaller shafts, I don't know. Smaller like the cup bits. But yeah, at the minute we'll just leave it and still start it. Okay, here we go. Just going to turn the ignition on and see if any got fuel leaks.
Step without starting. Can you do one step without starting? Or was that gonna start it?
Is that the ignition on, is it?
Yeah.
We won't have any fuel pressure yet.
No.
I think just send it.
Oil's in it, yeah?
Yeah.
Turn it off, turn it on.
Yeah, just turn it on. It's making noises. There's fuel coming in. It's fuel in it. It's fuel in the fuel filter.
It's going to take a while to fill that.
That's a temporary fuel filter, by the way.
Keep doing that.
Yeah, keep doing that, yeah. Oh, we got leakage. Right. We ain't scared of starting it. It's got a slight fuel leak, but we put three Jubilees on it and it's still leaking, but we'll be fine. Come on, baby!
Again. You're only like 30 psi fuel.
Why are you not starting?
Not the spark.
You don't know that. We haven't checked for spark, no, but...
Spark.
Right, but the injectors aren't firing, but we're going to scoop brake cleaner down it. Go on, Sam. Oh,
Crank in. Oh, crank it. It's not going now.
you killed the starter motor. That's good. Yeah, I'll let the starter motor bar. Yeah, go on, Ant.
Battery's dead.
Battery's dead. We throw a brake cleaner up there. No, just start it, Ant.
You ready?
Start it. That's technically started.
That scared the shit out of me.
That was loud. Bios, that's it for this video. Obviously it's a start technically. Anson will pick up a mass airflow sensor tomorrow so the actual injectors work so the car runs on its own without us squirting brake cleaner down it. And then we're going to crack on with all the other stuff like the cables for the shifter, because we got a nice fancy shifter there. Like a K-tuned one, but I think it's a fake, but it'll work. And all the rest of the stuff. Like I said, the channel if you haven't done so already, and we'll continue tomorrow. Take it easy, guys.